Yeah, thanks for introducing me. I'm Jeroen Meijer, and indeed I work for Hospitality Digital. And so, what I'd like to convince you of this day is how you can find complex problems that you need to solve in something that can be as seemingly interesting as a point of sale device that you can find in restaurants and hotels. So that's where the hospitality comes from, right? So the problem I'm going to introduce you to, so you've all been walking to restaurants, right, and wanting to get a drink or a beer or some food. So here you see a blackboard that gives you a promotion on either of those three things that you can order during happy hour, right? And so what you will do, you will go to the waiter, and the waiter will take your order on a point of sale system. And as it's typing in your order, he or she can just choose the products that you can see on the right, and then it will be added onto the order that you see on the left. Right, so we've ordered a carpaccio with a price, an onion soup, and as we picked a specific combination of the Rivella and the crab cocktail, it will give you a 50% discount. Now, that may not seem that hard, right? But you have to realize this waiter is operating the system, and the system has to be responsive, right? So it has to be able to not only compute the amount that's discounted, but also which discount is applicable. And as I said, it needs to be responsive. So it needs to give you an answer in, for example, 100 milliseconds, right? Or the waiter has to wait, or the guest has to wait for the order to complete. And you don't want that. So you want to develop a smart algorithm that's always quick, or in most cases is quick, to come up with an answer what the actual discount should be. And I'm going to make it a bit harder, right? So I'm not going to put any restrictions on what products you can order or to what products the discount is applicable. Right, so this is the example software platform that we have. It's called the Dish POS platform, and it mainly has two domains, right? So on the right, you can see the configurational domain. Here is where the restaurant owner can enter the products that they sell, the menus that are available that contain the products, the prices of products, and the promotions and discounts that are available. So this is for a configuration of your menu that's available in the restaurant. So then in the operational domain, what you have there is a system that we call the front office that's able to complete an order, process payments, apply the discounts, apply the promotions. And we have several applications that can talk to this front office system, right? So we have on the top left our point of sale front end. We have QR codes that you can scan with your phone to complete an order. You have a kiosk like in a McDonald's. On the bottom you have like EFT devices that complete your payment, and bar kitchen manager screens that tell the chef what to cook and what to prepare. And so this algorithm that can compute these discounts is running on the operational side, right? So this is roughly a sketch of our software platform. So what exactly is a promotion? So this is a bit more detailed. So a promotion is composed of a condition and an effect. So what you can say, okay, I have a ticket discount, and whenever my total amount of the order is more than 10 euros, you will receive a discount of 50%. Or you can have a combination deal. For instance, you have to order 3 Fanta or cola and 2 hamburger, cheeseburger, or Angus burgers. Then you will receive a discount of 5 euros. So you can read this as, maybe you remember this from high school, combinatorics. It's called, you choose K out of N products, then you receive a discount. So the challenge here also is that these promotions can be conflicting, right? Suppose I have another one saying, okay, if you order a Fanta and a hamburger, then the new price of those two items will be 4 euros. So now the conflict here is with the previous one, right? It says you have to order 3 Fanta or two hamburgers. So you don't know immediately what to choose, and that makes the problem very hard. While the waiter is using the point of sale system to determine what gives the customer the highest discount. So that's an optimization problem. How do I give the customer the highest discount? So to give you more of an idea, so this is again our back office where you can configure your promotions, and you can, we have listed here roughly 15 promotions with their name, their type of promotion, the properties that activate the promotion, the effect, so you have 3 kinds of effects, and a condition, but you can ignore that for now. So, and then this is the configuration of an individual promotion, and where you have to pay attention to is, the quantity and articles that you can configure. So that is the choose K problem again. So you have to choose 3 of grilled ham and 1 Coke and 1 hot chocolate. So this is in Dutch, I'm sorry. So, and then the effect that applies is configured at the bottom. So apparently the new price of the promotion of your order will be €5. So that's the complexity, right? So the complexity lies in having multiple promotions that you can configure, and choose K problem that's relevant for this combination deal type of promotion. So this is the formula. You may have seen it in high school, right? So, and you have these factorials in there. So if you choose let's say a few products on which you apply the promotion, and you order only a few products, then the problem is not so difficult. You see the n-axis at the bottom, the k-axis that goes to the back, the y-axis, and the z-axis is the result of the formula. So if you're in a restaurant and you're with a group of 30 people and they order all kinds of different products, then the amount of promotions that you have to compute just explodes. It grows exponentially, right? So that's the core idea of the problem, these exponentials. And maybe you don't recognize it immediately, but maybe you recognize this. So suppose we have a traveling salesman that tries to sell our point of sale system in Germany, and it wants to sell it in 16 cities. How many different possibilities are there for the salesman to visit all cities? Well, that's 16 factorial, which amounts to roughly 21 trillion possibilities. So there's no way even a computer can compute this quickly. And especially if you go back to the waiter that has to operate this point of sale system to get an answer quickly. So you have to apply tricks, right? And maybe you recognize in Google Maps that whenever you enter a route, it gives you a very poor suggestion. Even this morning, I drove here and it told me to turn on the middle of the road. So apparently it wasn't given enough time to come up with a more suitable answer. So it just terminates the computation and gives you a route that may not be optimal. That's how it's dealt with in practice. So maybe you've seen this in your studies of computer science. This is known as P versus NP. I won't explain you in detail what it is. I only have 5 minutes left, so hopefully you recognize it. Anyway, it's an open problem for 50 years, and it says, okay, if P equals NP, giving optimal discounts is easy. We just don't know the algorithm. If P does not equal NP, then giving discounts is very hard. And that's probably the case if you ask me, but we may never know. So, and there's a very interesting YouTube video by Veritasium. It's called Math's Fundamental Flaw. It's a bit clickbaity, but I really recommend watching this if you want to know more about this. So yeah, if you try to solve it for yourself, there is $1 million prize available. It's given by the Clay Mathematics Institute. It's really up there among the open mathematical problems that are notoriously hard. So for instance, the Riemann hypothesis tells you the distribution of prime numbers is not random, for instance. The Poincaré conjecture has been solved in 2002, but the guy was too humble to accept the prize money. He didn't do it. And there have been, up until 2016, 116 attempts to solve it, and all did not pass the scientific peer review process. So it's not solved. It's an open problem. So how do you do it? Well, you just assume that giving discounts is hard, right? So you try to do your best. And you just apply tricks to save computing time and computing memory. And you just hope that your algorithm does a better job as the guest that's wanting to order something, right? And that's possible. A computer can compute much more quickly than a human can. So, but you just have to accept that you will not always be able to give the perfect discount. So it really looks like kind of like a hill climbing sequence. So. What you do is you just try to compute discounts and discounts. So you move through your search space through the right, and you can hit like a local minimum, but you fail to look over the hill. So you have to apply some tricks, like introduce some randomness in order to jump over it and hopefully reach a global minimum. That will then be your optimal discount. So that's how usually these optimization problems work. So what you can see here is a very simplified example of you have two promotions available, giving you 50% off of Rivella, 50% off of a crab cocktail. And then what you can see here is your starting order on the left. And if you apply the Rivella discount first, you get to the top one and Rivella is not available anymore. Or you apply the crab cocktail first and you go below. And then it results in the same discount ultimately, right? So it doesn't matter which path you take. So these are, we say, independent of each other. And you have to realize that and apply those tricks as well. So you have to be smart about it. And so you only have to compute the top one. And it can be, it can grow into millions of these intermediate states, these intermediate orders. And this is just an example computation where you, again, have this blue path, right? So the blue one on the bottom is the optimal discount. And you just need to have an algorithm which can do this for you. So what you do, you divide and conquer. You know what optimizations you can take. So for instance, if you order the products based on the price and you start from the most expensive one first and you give a 50% discount on them, well, then you're obviously giving more discount than if you would do it on the lowest price products, right? So that's a trick you can do. You can partition these dependent partitions, right? We have the Rivella and crab cocktail. Those were independent, and you can use that fact. Like I said, you have to jump over the hill maybe to get to a global minimum. So what you do is you mix the strategies, so-called depth first and breadth first strategies. Sadly, I have 2 more minutes left, so I cannot go into how this algorithm exactly works. I just want to give you an idea of how you encounter these problems in practice. And then again, you can terminate early, right? So you say, okay, I'm just gonna, for every intermediate order, I'm gonna do 10 computations, and in total, I'm gonna do 1 million, and I'm gonna give you the best answer I have so far. So conclusion. So this is actually part of our user manual on the right, and it says, our module will always choose the most advantageous combination for the guest. Well, if you understand what I just told you, it's really hard to do and nobody knows how to do it, right? So if this were true, this $1 million would be mine, ours. Quantum computers are obsolete as well. Most forms of encryption are useless too because you can't crack them, in an instant. So it's probably not true. But then again, you shouldn't let me write this user manual. I mean, I'm much more for theory than I'm for practice. So yeah, so selling a beer is not straightforward. Giving a discount is quite hard to do. And if you're interested in these kind of things and challenges, we have student projects available. So you can just send me an email at jeroen@ijsing.nl. And we're also at stand E11. So just come by for a visit. We can have a chat. And I can even give you more details about this algorithm if you would like it. Thanks for listening.